Hello students, welcome back to my English lesson. Today we're going to talk about across the curriculum 2F on page 26. Please take a look at the new words and repeat.
Industrial, industrial, spread, spread, by hand, twist thread, make cloth, power, factory, coal, steam, coal mining industry, overcrowded housing, mine, working conditions, wages, improve, better standard of living.
Exercise number 1 on page 26. The Industrial Revolution was a very important period of history which changed the way people lived and worked. Please listen and read to find out how things changed. Упражнение номер 1. Промышленная революция была очень важным периодом в истории, который изменил образ жизни и труда людей. Послушайте и прочитайте, чтобы узнать, как все изменилось.
The Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution was a very important period of history. It changed the way people lived and worked. The invention of new machines meant the world was never the same again. The Industrial Revolution began in England in the 18th century. It soon spread throughout Western Europe and the USA. Life before then was very hard. There was no electricity and people usually had to work by hand. Can you imagine how many days it would take to make a dress or a pair of shoes? Or even to spin the wool for just one warm jumper by hand? This all changed with the Industrial Revolution. It changed the way people produced goods. In 1764, James Hargreaves invented the spinning jenny. This machine twisted thread to make cloth. This meant that making clothes became faster and easier. The textile industry was born. Perhaps the most important invention was James Watt's steam engine. He built this during the 1760s. Engineers began using steam engines to power machines in factories. And the steam engine also advanced transportation. This was the period they built steamboats and trains, making transportation of goods faster. It is also a time when people started to travel more. More and more factories appeared, and as a result, more coal mines opened. You see, steam engines need coal to run on. Factories also needed more workers. People from the countryside, often farmers, moved to big towns with factories. The towns soon became big cities. By 1850, half of the English population lived in cities. However, many workers lived in poor, overcrowded housing. Men, women, and even children worked in factories or mines. Working conditions were hard and unhealthy. People worked long hours and often put their lives in danger. It took a long time, but working conditions did eventually get better. The goods that factories produced gave people a better standard of living. The Industrial Revolution affected the world in ways which were both positive and negative. It changed the world forever. Can you think of other important periods in history? How did they affect the world we live in?
And now please take a look at the translation of the text. Exercise number 2. Read the text again and mark the statements with true or false. Correct the false statements. Упражнение номер 2. Вы должны обратно прочитать текст и отметить там, где правда T, ложь F. Now you have to think. In your opinion, what were the positive and negative effects of the Industrial Revolution on society? Come to think about it, please. Better transportation, more jobs, better standard of living. These are positive effects. And negative effects, poor wages and living conditions, hard and unhealthy working conditions, crowded cities. Your homework will be exercise number 4 on page 114. All you have to do is you have to fill in with the given words like spread, industrial, powered, invented, twist, engines, conditions, housing, wages, standard. For example, industrial. People built new machines in the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century. The lesson is over. Bye-bye.